Customization is not restricted to your vehicles or your suits or any other personal product. You can as well customize your investment portfolio to be able to suit your personal need and preference. So in this video, I want to talk about how to maximize your wealth with a customized investment portfolio. And so, customized portfolio refers to investment portfolios that are specifically tailored to meet an individual's, or entities and financial goals, risk tolerance, time horizon, and other personal preferences. These portfolios are typically built by professional financial advisors, you know, who sometimes, make use of algorithmic tools that considers factors like number one is, your risk tolerance. When it comes to customizing a portfolio for your personal preference, you first of all consider your risk tolerance. That is the amount of risk an investor is willing to take in their portfolio, which affects the balance between, higher risk and lower risk asset. And when it comes to, risk profile, it might be moderate, it might be aggressive, kind of, it depends on probably one's biological makeup, so to say. So our risk profile differs from person to person, and it's equally a function of age. The older you are, the lesser, your risk tolerance, and the younger you are, the higher your risk tolerance. Number two is investment goals. You have to consider, your investment objective in this regards. And so different goals might include, might include retirement. You take into consideration, you might be buying a home or funding education, and each may require a different investment strategy. All right. If you're funding your education, you want to buy a home, you want to acquire assets, you want to save for retirement. All these factors will then require different investment and strategy. Number three is time horizon, the period over which an investor expects to achieve, their financial goals. Influences and the type of investment an individual will want to consider in his portfolio. It might be a long time growth versus a short term stability. And so you ask yourself, what is my investment horizon? All right. Do I want to sell off my position after maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, 7 years, 10, 15, 20, as the case may be? And so your investment horizon will certainly determine the kind of assets you go in for, assets that will then yield, over a long time, or assets that will then produce returns over a short time. It all depends on, the amount of time you are willing to wait until you eventually achieve the goal you set for yourself. As we take into consideration, time horizon is very, very important. Sometimes it might even be a function of your age. The older you are, I want to believe the lesser your time horizon, all right? And then the younger you are, the longer your time horizon. And so these factors will certainly determine the class of assets and the strategy you are going to adopt as an investor. Number four is asset allocation. Asset allocation actually incorporates a kind of distribution of investment across various asset classes. It might be stocks, it might be bonds, it might include real estate, it might equally involve commodities. And other classes. This kind you know, when it comes to a customized portfolio, you make use of all these asset classes to be able to fulfill your investment goal based on your preferred time horizon. And so this must come in and it must tally with your objectives as well as your personal preference. It all depends on what you really uh, want to acquire, want to get at the end of the day. For instance, you're looking for maybe a short-term fund to be able to take care of your children's education. That will fall under a short-term horizon. You could go for investment like treasury bills that you could get your returns within a short period of time, and other investment that will not take too long to bear results. Number 5 is personal preferences. As individuals, we all have our personal, inborn, preferences, and these preferences tend to equally affect even, the kind of investment we get into. When it comes to personal preferences, we equally talk about, ethical consideration, alignment with our personal values, and this might include investment like ESG investing, that is environmental, social, governance, and investing. It might equally incorporate, tax strategies and liquidity needs can also, influence, one's our portfolio design. Will you go for an illiquid asset or will you go for, a highly liquid asset? If you're the type that will want to, cash out, I wouldn't want to face difficulties disposing the difficulties, liquidating your position. You could go for an asset that is considered highly liquid. And not only that, you want to like save on tax. That will equally influence the kind of assets you would inculcate. You will include in your portfolio. You want to talk about you know, personal, moral preferences that may exclude some investments, from your portfolio. Like you may not buy stocks from the army, from the defense industry. You may not buy stocks from, companies that deal with, liquor, hard drinks, and all those things. Hot drinks and all those, kind of, investments that could then be incorporated into a personal portfolio. Personally, no matter how the company does, I don't buy stocks, in breweries. I don't do that. It's just a matter of personal preference. Number 6 is on diversification. When it comes to diversification, a customized portfolio aims for diversification to spread across different range of investments. You have to diversify because when you concentrate on a given asset class, if that asset class performs poorly, it will affect your portfolio at the end of the day. So the broader your investments, in some cases, the better. That will help you to mitigate risk and to save yourself, unnecessary anxiety as a result of losses in the portfolio. Some ways to create customized portfolios include, you may make use of robo advisors. These are like a digital platform. They use algorithm to create and manage your customized portfolio, based on input provided by the investor. For instance, you may need to fill a form. You may need to provide input. Oh, this is what I want. You tell the software, the program, your risk tolerance, your financial goals, and other parameters. Then the robo advisor will take over from there and customize your portfolio for you. Not only that, you may equally engage the service of an active manager, and that's an active investment management. So in this case, a financial advisor or portfolio manager can create a portfolio that will suit your personal preference based on ongoing market conditions and the investors, changing needs. Just approach a fund manager and tell him precisely what you want, and the manager can craft a portfolio for you. Of course, he will charge you fees, but you get to work alongside him, and then you take into consideration your preferences and your objectives. So if you really need to design, a customized portfolio, for a specific financial goal, or do you want to, if you can do it yourself, fine. If you have the knowledge, if you have the expertise, if you have the skills, you can do it yourself. But if you're lacking in this area, you could consult, an active manager. You could consult a robo advisor to customize your portfolio for you. Just like a tailor, a master tailor can craft a custom suit for you. You equally have individuals in the industry that can craft a customized portfolio that will take care of your investment needs based on your personal preferences.